about 7:30 on Labor Day. So it's a day off of work, day off of school. Everyone's still sleeping. Well, it's nice. It's nice. Um, so I rolled my ankle on Saturday, if you guys watched the vlog. And honestly, like it hurt in the moment, and side to side, I can feel like it's weak, right? Moving laterally, it's definitely weak. Moving forward and backwards, like straight line, doesn't feel that bad. So I'm definitely going to try and run on the treadmill, but I'd say I stand here. I'm tempted to just get outside and see how it feels. Because it's going to feel just as good or bad outside on the road as it will on the treadmill, except for the treadmill is a little bit less impact protection, or a little bit more impact protection. So I'm kind of debating with myself what I should do. But overall, the foot feels pretty good, so I'm pretty optimistic. I don't know if I'm going to be, throwing down 50 full miles this week, but definitely going to be running this week because it feels all right. Now, I do have a sleeve on it right now, just like it's actually technically a plantar fasciitis sleeve, but that's kind of my point. It's just like a little bit of extra compression and it feels great. So, yeah, we're going to go out, we're going to test out the ankle, see how it feels. But today we are testing some new shoes. Um, and this is another reason why I don't want to be injured, to be honest. Like, I've got 5 pairs of shoes right now that still need review miles, and I know I've got at least one more on the way that I pre-ordered, the Mega Blasts. I do have contact with Asics, but my contact with Asics is a little bit spotty, so I never know. Sometimes he says he's sending things, and to be fair, I'm probably pretty low on that priority list, and that's okay. For me, I think what's important when working with brands for review purposes, because I'm not paid by them, it's just more, am I going to get the shoe or not? Because if I'm not, but it's something I really want to review, I'm going to go buy it, right? So I bought the Mega Blast. It's on its way. I'm really tempted to buy the Metaspeed Ray. That one's a little bit harder to swallow, right? Because it's $300. But I don't know if I was told I would be getting the Metaspeed line. And then there's the Sonic Blast. So Asics is throwing out just crazy stuff this year. So I'm probably going to grab it all. To grab it all right now hurts the wallet a little bit, because that's like, I mean, if I buy both Metaspeed Tokyos, that's $600 right there, plus the Metaspeed Ray, that's 900, plus the Mega Blast I just bought, that's, all of a sudden we're at like 1,100, and then the Sonic Blast, and you're at 1,300. That's $1,300 on, 5 pairs of shoes. And honestly, I will probably get them all, just not at once, especially because I'm trying to save up money for Tokyo, right? I'm raising money for the charity, right? And that's just for the charity entry. But I'm going to Tokyo, right, with my family. So I probably have to realistically budget like $7,000 to $10,000 to get my family there and be able to feed them and get in hotels and all that stuff. So that is not money that I'm raising. That is money that I am saving on my own, from like the full-time job and things like that, to be able to afford that, right? It's crazy money. Honestly, it's really expensive for a family of 5 to do that, but that's home for me. I haven't been back in 15 years. My kids don't know their culture, and so it's important for me to go. It's probably my last chance to ever see my grandparents, frankly. So we're gonna make it happen. This isn't me complaining. It's just, I really like shoes. I do buy a lot of my own shoes when brands are either slow or I'm not sure, and I wanna review it, or if I don't have contact with the brand, right? There are a few brands that I've lost contact with. A lot of people don't know this in the shoe review industry, but oftentimes you work with PR firms. So not really the brand directly, but they hire a firm to handle kind of this communication. And they change firms quite often, right? I don't know if certain firms give them or pitch them better deals. I don't know what the rates would be or anything like that, right? So the firm's job is to find reviewers and build those relationships with the brands and the reviewers so that more reviewers review their stuff, right? So I'm not sure what determines, like, if a brand's like, oh, you didn't get enough reviewers for us. I'm not sure how it works, right? So it's one of those things that sometimes I don't know if I'm going to be able to work with a brand or not. And so if I'm not, that's fine. I'll just buy the shoes that most interest me. So anyway, we are going out with the Prime X3 Strung. by Adidas. I figured, you know, something cushioned underfoot, and these are going to be hopefully decently stable, would be good for the ankle, even though it's just an easy run, right? Some impact protection, and you got the carbon fiber plate and the fiberglass rods. So we'll see how this goes. Again, I kind of want to run outside. Running on the treadmill right now just doesn't sound fun, but we'll see. I also want to do an upper body lift today, just bench press and stuff, which I might do while my daughter naps this afternoon, just so I'm not working out too much, because I also have to go get my registration on my car, otherwise I'm going to get pulled over. So, you know, I don't even know if Jiffy Lube is open today. All right, we're outside. It's beautiful weather today, and we're running on the road. I might end up switching to treadmill though already. My ankle doesn't hurt, it's just a little unstable. But the big thing is the angle of the road is just kind of pushing me. And with these shoes being as tall as they are, it's not handling it super well. We're gonna try running in the middle of the road though, on this dead end street where not a lot of cars go, and see if kind of being more in the middle, flatter area does better. You know, we're about almost 5 miles in, and the ankle is a little stiff, but zero pain. We're feeling really good. So, you know, may go a full 6 and then get a 1 mile warm up and lift in the afternoon, because we're feeling good, y'all. We're feeling good. Freaking reflexes, just caught that thing. I dropped it almost straight onto concrete. You guys didn't see that. It was cool if you saw it, but that's gonna be loud in the background, so I'm gonna keep going. But 6 miles done. I am really happy, actually. I thought for sure I was gonna get a couple miles in and the ankle was gonna lock up, but I wanted to test it. So glad I came outside, because I do feel like potentially that sensation would have felt a little different on the treadmill. But yeah, the first half mile was a little clunky, but it opened up pretty quick after that, and I ended up averaging 9:26 pace at a chill heart rate. Effort felt great, breathing felt great. Honestly, just the ankle felt a tiny bit stiff, but as I'm walking now, it's since it warmed up, right, we got blood flow going there, it feels weak. That's the only thing I could say, right? It feels weak with lateral movement. So very happy with that run. Cautiously optimistic about some speed work tomorrow. If I do so, I will do on the treadmill, just to have a perfectly level and cushioned ride. So, all right, I just finished my run, but let's get into the Prime X3 Strung. Just kind of first thoughts. We're gonna go limited thoughts, just because, well, the ankle. So, you know, I don't feel like I could get my full first thoughts out, but I want to talk about it. Because the other thing, and I didn't do any strides because wasn't gonna push pace yet. We'll see how we feel tomorrow. Maybe we'll be able to. The ankle feels really good, honestly. I'm very surprised. Maybe all that work on ankle mobility and strength has really paid off. Even if I rolled it, it happens. But there's no bruising, minimal swelling, and straight mobility feels good. So first and foremost, this shoe is a monster. Look at this. So you got a carbon fiber plate up top. You got the fiberglass or maybe carbon fiber infused. I need to check a spec sheet, but the energy rod's on bottom. So you've got 2 stiffening elements. Now, my experience with this kind of shoe beforehand was let me grab it. This monstrosity right here. This was my first experience with multiple plated elements. This has 3, right? So you got 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. And this was just too much, too clunky. Really experimental shoe in my opinion. The fit was awkward. They kind of did a fun lacing system. To me, this was more of a concept shoe, not an actual training shoe, right? Especially because of the weight. I just don't know how you were going to actually use this. I don't know are Puma athletes actually using this for training? I'm skeptical, but when it comes to the Prime X3 Strung, I do believe that they are using this in training. Like, I wouldn't surprise me. I just took it out for, ended up being 6 miles easy, and for one, stable, surprisingly stable, right? Which is really, really nice. So again, I was iffy. I wanted a lot of cushion. I wanted some control for my ankle so I'm not moving laterally. I was skeptical, but you know, big, big 4 foot base, and a decent, you know, amount of width there in the heel. But that big 4 foot base gives you some really nice stability in the front. I didn't feel like I was going to teeter over at all, despite the massive stack height that this shoe is. Again, need to look at a spec sheet, but on the heel it says 50. My guess is it's more than 50, right? Just depending on where you measure. The upper, you know, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the upper. It's a kind of that strung material. It's kind of got like a knit booty style, and I just feel like the lacing is really difficult. Like, I don't feel like you can actually tighten down the laces because it's right up against, like, there's no tongue to, and then like material to like cinch in, right? So it's just like, it kind of just lays flat. So any tightening of the laces just presses down on your foot. Now, it didn't bug me too much because actually the midfoot stayed pretty locked down. Again, didn't push speed, at least on kind of those easy recovery miles. And I do think that this shoe is really going to be like your long, easy run shoe for marathon training, right? Like, you go out for 20 miles, not necessarily pushing pace, just 20 miles. Like, that's this type of shoe that you would use. The material is comfortable. Like, the heel is very comfortable. I'm not getting any Achilles rubbing. Nice. It's got some nice padding. But the big thing is, you know, I feel like Adidas found a really, really nice balance when it comes to kind of the super high stack, where, you know, you have the Light Strike Pro foam, that supercritical TPEE. I'm not sure if this yellow piece is like the new foam, and then this top white piece is like the older foam, or vice versa, but it is soft in the 4 foot. Now the shoe is not going to flex at all. Like, I can't even bend it, which for my ankle was probably actually nice, limiting some of that mobility. It might be why I enjoyed the shoe, but it doesn't feel as rigid or as punchy as like the Hyperion Max 3, which I think is the best, most well-rounded super trainer right now. This may overtake it. Again, I need to test it with a more healthy ankle before I do a full review, but I do feel like this might be a little bit better option in my opinion. Hyperion Max 3 though can go a little like short and fast. It's not my preference for it, but it can do that, which is why I rank it above the Neo Vista 2. The Neo Vista 2, to me, honestly, Neo Vista 2 is the most fun super trainer to run in. Hyperion Max 3 just was more versatile, so I kind of rank it above, but like, as far as pure enjoyment, Neo Vista 2 for me is the pure enjoyment shoe. Hyperion Max 3, more versatile. I think going to be better for a variety of people, a little bit more stable. But Prime X3 Strung, similar vein as the Hyperion Max 3. So once I get more miles on this and get a better feel for it, then I'll do a comparison between the two, because I think that'll be a really interesting comparison. But I didn't expect to like it because I thought it was probably going to be too much. Honestly, though, did a really good job. Felt really, really smooth. It didn't feel like it was weighing me down. Easy effort. You know, felt great. So all in all, fan of the Prime X3 Strung so far. 5:40 a.m. We are about to get a speed workout on the treadmill. Going back and forth on whether I want to do 400s or 800s. 800 sound terrible right now, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, gotta get out there and get the work in. Ankle feels good, honestly. Like, it doesn't even feel that weak, but I'm still gonna do it on the treadmill just in case it's dark out. I don't want to step on anything that could tweak it, so we're gonna go flat on the treadmill, a little bit more impact absorption, and we're going to continue to put miles on the Hyperion Elite 5 for testing. So this is probably going to be my last test run before hitting the 30 miles. So, but one of the reasons I'm also using them today is because they actually are very stable, right? The next speed-oriented shoe that I'm going to start putting miles on is the Wave Rebellion Flash 3, which I'm excited about, but has no heel, so it's not likely going to be the most stable. So I don't know if the ankle is ready for that. Maybe on Thursday or Saturday, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So should have hopefully a good workout. Pretty tired, but not anything out of the ordinary. So I need to sit down though and start planning out Tokyo as far as my runs go, because you know, I would really like to be able to get, you know, a really good marathon training block that's going to push pace. But I think in order for me to have my best race, and, you know, PR I think is a given, but I really would like to get close to that 3, right? And I think when I was at grandma's, I was probably at 315 to 320 shape, and then just poor pacing or poor fueling kind of derailed me. And yeah, I mean, it's one of the things that, like, if you were in better fitness, you wouldn't have faded as hard too. So, you know, that's fair. So like I would really love to be at least 310, if not sub 310 in Tokyo. But like at a bare minimum. So I need to work on getting that speed up, and then extending it. So 25 weeks and 5 days. So 26-ish weeks, 26 weeks if you include this week. I don't want to do a full 20-week build, but let's say I do 16, and then that leaves like 8 for speed. I think that actually works out well. So we go the next 2 weeks for like continuing to do what we're doing. I think that works because in 2 weeks, I want to be done with my calorie deficit so I can start to ramp calories back up. We can move into a speed block, and then post speed block, we can move into marathon training. So that actually sounds pretty good. I think that's going to work out well. So yeah, mentally, I'm not going to lie, like, it's been a busy year. Kids are getting older. The job is busy. It's a good job. I like my job as far as, you know, as much as I can. It's my favorite job I've had in tech so far. And, but it is, I think, a lot of mental stress. It's just not a bad thing, right? So like between the job and then this year, I've really committed to the YouTube thing. I have yet to miss a week of video every weekday, and I intend on making it through the end of the year with that. You know, really wanted to push that, use it as an opportunity for growth, use it as an opportunity to get a lot of good data into this system so that I could stop and look and see, like, okay, what did well, right? What could I do better? Just kind of fast track that growth to some extent. And then, yeah, I mean, kids are getting older, and so they're doing more and more activities. It means I have to wake up earlier and earlier to get stuff in. Today is a good example of I have to finish my workout by about 7 so I can get my son to school, right? It used to be, you know, he didn't have school till 9 because he was pre-grade school. So, but anyway, I've talked a lot on this week's vlog, and I feel like maybe I'm making up for last week where I didn't talk hardly at all. So giving you guys a little bit of insight into my brain and where I'm thinking.
All right, 2 mile warm up done. We're just gonna hit some 400s. I am not feeling a ton of energy, so we're gonna keep them short and sharp. Rest in between, see how the body responds. Two miles in. Whew. I'm holding pace. Heart rate's coming down in between reps, but it's building. It's building. Whew. Three miles down. Heart rate is coming down slower in between reps. But we're getting it. There we go, 8 total miles. Average about 6-minute pace on the reps. And yeah, that's it. I'm tired. That was hard. Harder than I wanted it to feel, but you know, after last week, I don't mind it too much because even though last week was supposed to be a deload, I was obviously very stressed, so. Okay.
Thursday morning, it's like 6 a.m. My kids have kind of colds right now, or a little bit sick, which means that I'm starting to get a little bit sick because you just can't avoid it when you've got kids climbing all over you. And so I'm tired. Oh man, I am very tired. I was this close to going back to sleep, but I'm gonna try and knock out 6-7 miles. And yeah, then go drop my son off at school. So I think he should hopefully be done with his cough. Hasn't had a fever for like a couple of days, but he had a pretty, it's like not, it wasn't like a super consistent cough. It just doesn't sound good. So you don't want to send him to school, especially like that. So anyway, right now we're at 23 miles for the week. Week of running is going really, really good, but I am just tired. I'm wrecked. Work has been really, really busy, and I'm trying my hardest to get ahead on YouTube videos as well with, you know, holidays and travel and different things. Portugal trip and all that coming up soon, so I'm just trying to get ahead. So I actually have like 2 full weeks of reviews already posted. Technically they're private or members only. I do have a membership, by the way. That's something I set up. YouTube like prompted me to do. I think I set it at like $5. And the main benefit would be you would get discounts on merch, which I am in the works of trying to get some hats is the goal. I want to try and get some hats set up. So anyway, but yeah, one of the perks would be anything that I've uploaded would be members only until go live date. And so if you were a member, you would have 2 full weeks of videos to watch ahead of time.
All right, 5.5 miles. It was about 0.5 of walking in between sets, but we ended up going 1 mile warm up, 1 mile on, 1 minute rest by 4. I don't have time for a cool down, so I just gotta go. That's life though. So gotta wake up earlier, but I'm just really wrecked in the mornings right now. So, this will pass. Anyway, if you're watching, appreciate you. Quick plug, Wallaco. Appreciate everyone who's been using my code. I got a decent commission the other day of just shy of $600. About 50 plus people used my code RADDAD20. They got 20% off, I got 15% back, and I'm donating that towards charity. So we're like really close to my fundraising goal. I think we're technically like 300 short or something if you combine all different elements. Once I hit the 3,000, or once I hit, to be honest, once I get like the additional 300, I'll probably shut it down on GoFundMe because the goal was 3,000, but I'm gonna end up raising more than that most likely across all means, which I'm gonna have to figure out what I do with the excess as far as where it goes, because I do wanna donate it. I don't wanna, I said I would donate all the commissions. I said I would donate any donations, obviously. I'm gonna be true to my word. So, you know, basically once we hit that goal, we'll sit down, we'll see, okay, how much did we actually raise across the board? And then I'm gonna go ahead and donate a separate donation either towards the Sports Legacy Foundation, which is the charity I'm running with, or I might just pick a charity that benefits mental health. as that's something that's close to me. It's something I struggle with and would love to be able to donate to as well. So we'll see. But if you want to use the code, get 20% off Wallaco tights. They are expensive, but if you watch my videos, you know I wear these like at least once a week, if not on almost every speed workout. So RadDad20 at checkout is going to get you a discount. The other thing, Fuel Goods, if you want running fuel, essentially Fuel Goods, it's just an online retailer of running fuel, but you can also do like a runner box, which is a runner subscription box. And you can also fill out a quiz that helps you kind of guesstimate what gels might fit your preferences or what kind of snacks might fit your preferences. So there's a lot of things. It's called the Fuel Finder. Go check it out. I don't have a discount code right now. I'm trying to talk with them about getting one, but I do have an affiliate link. It's in the description below. Same thing. All commissions are going towards charity. So appreciate you guys, everything you've done. Wave Rebellion Flash 3 is, you know, it's actually really nice. I'll do a comparison between the 2 and the 3, but I actually, just off of one run so far, the 3 I think is a lot better, and I really liked the 2, but I do think there's some key improvements in the 3. So anyway, I gotta run. I gotta get my son up, but we will see you guys later today or tomorrow. We'll see.
6 a.m. We are about to get out there for about a 2-hour long run, and probably going to cover 14 to 15 miles. Yeah, I'm feeling decent. We went to bed pretty reasonable hour last night. I think I got like 7-ish hours of sleep, and the ankle is feeling like 90% of the way there. So overall, feeling good. You know, I didn't really film on Wednesday and Friday this week. Just because work and everything was a little bit hectic, and so I did run, but I just didn't, you know, for the most part, just got on the treadmill and ran, so didn't really have anything super interesting to film. Did a lot of treadmill running this week just because of the ankle, right? It's not, it doesn't hurt when I run, but I didn't want to risk it running on like slanted or unstable surfaces. So I just kind of kept it pretty straightforward, and you know, that impact protection and everything I think helped. So, but yeah, gonna round out the week today. We'll probably end up with just over 50 miles, just either around or under 8 hours of running, and you know, we are almost ready to move into 5K training. I think part of what's preventing me from just going now is that I am actually going to Portugal at the end of the month, so it kind of just throws stuff off a little bit, especially because I'll be there over one of the weekends. So I'm trying to figure out how to kind of navigate that, but now I am, the body's feeling good. I am down basically 10 pounds in like 10 weeks, so about a pound a week, and that is just, again, not to make me faster, to be clear, but it's about 10 pounds that I think I put back on after a while, just because of stress and not really taking care of the body, and, you know, just hammering and letting diet fall by the wayside. So both my wife and I have been really trying to focus on eating balanced and eating healthy, and it's working. We're in a good spot, but I'm gonna have to up my calorie intake before I start training for performance again. So, yeah, it's funny. It's not like I don't feel like I'm starving myself. Sometimes I feel like I even eat too much, but the scale keeps going down. So, but yeah, anyway, we're gonna get some pre-run fuel in. We'll hit the road, and we'll get some clips while we're out there. And yeah, we'll see you for a recap here in a bit.
There were a bunch of mayflies out. They keep flying into my face. Oh, it's freaking annoying. Let's keep going. All right, 8 miles in. Feeling good. All right, 11, we got 3 miles left. 1 mile recovery, 1 mile high end threshold, 1 mile recovery. That's what we'll finish with. I got freaking flies everywhere. The mayflies are out today. They only live for a day, but they're freaking all up in my grill. Whew, precision fuel in the bottle. 14 miles down, 8:03 pace on the run as a whole. We got some light sprinkling, so temperature stayed cool, though tiny bit humid for us desert dwellers. But no, it felt really, really good. I felt great until about mile, we'll call it 11. I wanted to push down to kind of feel on the threshold efforts, the tempo efforts, what marathon pace would feel like if I was shooting for sub 3, right? So I just kind of cut down to the 650 range. And that did blow me up a little bit for my mile rest in between that one. And then I did one final push. What did I do? I did 6 miles, then 2 miles tempo, 1 mile easy, 2 miles tempo. So that puts me at 8, 9, 11, 1 mile easy, 12, 1 mile tempo, 13. Yeah, and then 1 mile easy, cool down, 14. So 14 total, 5 tempo-ish miles. But frankly, some of my easy efforts at the end there, because I took like a 30-40 second walk rest on the easy interval and then hit kind of probably honestly like low end threshold. So I probably got a decent amount of tempo threshold work in there, and probably faster if I'm being brutally honest with myself, but felt really good. So I am tired though. The legs felt it, but I got like 7 and 7 or just under 7, like 656, 654 for those final 2 harder efforts. And yeah, now just imagine doing that for 26.2. Brutal. But there's the mileage for the week. I think it's like 52. Good overall week of workouts despite a stiff ankle. So I'll take it. Let's get it. We'll see you next week.